What's something you can't unsee once someone points it out? A dead pixel on a computer screen. Dead pixel or stuck pixel? I had a stuck pixel on mine. Tried one of those pixel flash applications and it didn't work. I was worried. One single bright red pixel on my monitor. It was really annoying. One day I got curious and just rubbed the stuck pixel. It fixed it. I rubbed the pixel and it got unstuck. I would have never thought. Now when it happens, I just gently rub my screen and all is well. So you just rubbed it out? Pretty much. The stormtrooper who bops his head in A New Hope. I just searched it on YouTube. Thought I'd save others sometime. Well, you can't see a thing in that helmet, and that is canon. Thank you, kind stranger, for making my day. Okay, I'm having a reality crisis. I watched the video 5 times before I saw it. Then I noticed there was also a loud clunk noise when he hits it. Perhaps even a thud. For a second I thought the sound effect was somehow added on the 5th or 6th repeat, but it was there the entire time. Before the special editions, it was cropped to fit on old court TVs, which is pretty much the only way I ever saw it. That part was cropped out. I watched that move 100 times as a kid and never saw that actual bop until 1997 when the special edition was in theaters. Is it still in there? If so, I find it pretty funny that something I have seen, I never see anymore is the top answer. I read about it when I was a kid and watched it on my 20th anniversary edition VHS tapes and found it, but I look for it now and never notice. One that I do still notice is at the end after Luke returns from the Death Star he calls Leia Carey. I thought he was just saying hey until I listened to it a few times. OMG, never noticed that. Or the guy with the ice cream freezer. Some guy was in a bathroom stall at the movie theater while I was pissing at the urinal. I guess he didn't know I was there. He starts singing away to himself to the tune of Hall and Oates, because your piss is on my wrist, because your piss is on my wrist. When I turn out the lights, I burst out laughing. Now I can't hear that song for the rest of my life without singing that dude's alternate lyrics. For the longest time growing up, I thought the name of the band was Holland Oates, like Quaker Oats but from Holland. I always thought it was Hall in Oates lol. If you go to the movie theater, there's a little green laser dot on the screen that I think is used to line up the projector with the screen. It's really tiny, but once you notice it, you won't stop looking at it. Edit, I'm sorry, damn it. Why did I read this? Or the black oval in the corner when they change out the next roll of film. I actually kinda miss this one because everywhere is digital now. Brie Larson translates to cheese theft. Chris Pratt equals Chris Pratt. In Jurassic World, Chris Pratt can be seen feeding a Chris Pratt to a dinosaur. This is a subtle nod to the fact that Chris Pratt's name is Chris Pratt. I meet this guy that was a huge Conan the Barbarian fan, so he got a big Conan tattoo on his arm. He was not happy with it. I couldn't see it, but when he pointed it out, I could not unsee it. The tattoo artist did a bad job when shading, so it looked like Conan had one leg and a huge dick. Laughed my ass off when I saw it, and I feel sorry for the guy. Edit, wow, this got lots of attention. I wish I could share a photo, but I meet him while he was talking to my tattoo artist before my appointment at the tattoo shop, and I didn't want to be rude to him or the people working there, so unfortunately I have no picture of it. Similar, a coworker I had would always avoid wearing shorts even though it's hot AF. On one particular day he did though, and I understood why immediately. He had a samurai tattoo on the lower part of his calf. Nothing wrong, right? The way the samurai was drawn was very similar to this one, except the samurai legs were cut shorter than in the image and the sword was drawn in a way that the blade itself was not that visible, unlike the handle. The result of that is a tattoo of a samurai that looks as if he is jerking his weird ass looking dick instead of resting his hand on his katana XD. There's one I saw that was supposed to be a baby's hand holding their parent's thumb. It looked like an adult hand holding an enormous, well, it didn't look like a thumb. In Batman Begins, when he headbutts falcons, something white bounces away from between them. I have analyzed it to death. Is it a cotton ball? A ping pong ball? Cocaine? What is it? Also the mole by Christian Bale's right eye. It's a piece of glass from the sunroof. You can see it on his left shoulder right next to the collar when he is facing the camera just before the hit. Did you just solve this guy's greatest mystery in life? Do you think he's less distressed or more now? For reference, it bounces like a ping pong ball or something. Looks like it is just a piece of the breakaway glass. Breaks into chunks like that. Just fell out of his coat and bounced on the roof. My mom said that these kiwis we bought looked like old man balls. I can never eat them again. Your mom knows some old men with very large balls. Yeah, she's a kind-hearted, generous woman. I'll add a couple. A woman's boobs and belly button looks like eyes and a surprised mouth. Welcome to my hell. People don't drive down the road constantly moving their steering wheel back and forth. Drives me crazy when I see it in movies/TV. I have a theory on the moving steering wheel. I've noticed it is a lot more prevalent in older black and white era films, so. 1. I think if it happens in modern films it is a hangover from that era. 2. Most things I have driven without modern power steering do have a lot of play in the steering wheel. One vehicle had a couple of inches I could bounce back and forth with, often to keep the vehicle straight. Conclusion. Old vehicles had a lot of play in the steering system, so the moving the wheel a lot, even when going straight, was normal. That happening in modern films is a filming leftover from that era. Of course I'm open to correction in this theory. In Super Mario Bros. For the Northeast the clouds are the same graphic as the bush is just a different color. That coffee cups, particularly the styrofoam kind you get coffee to go in movies and television are always empty, and because of that the actors flop and fling the damn things around so much they'd be getting coffee everywhere if there was actually coffee in them. It's so minor, but now that I know I notice it, and it's super annoying. Much in the same way it's annoying how guns can shoot like 50 bullets when they clearly have a magazine that tops holds maybe 10 bullets. A small dent in your car, usually on the door. You can't spot it, but if someone mentions it, you can't unsee it. Because Bruno Mars is so much shorter than Mark Ronson, in the Uptown Funk video they are never shown standing next to each other in the same frame. One is always sitting/leaning on a car. Colonel Sanders' boaty looks like his stick figure body. Back when Everyone Loves Raymond was popular, a friend of mine said that every episode was just Ray doing something stupid and then his wife would yell at him. I stopped watching it shortly after. Same thing happened with Home Improvement. This is more of a once you hear it thing, but at the 6-minute mark of Right in 2x2 the guitar sounds like to me from South Park saying his name. Troy Aikman is Caucasian JZ. If you list all of the months in order with just the first letter of the month, the name Jason is written in there. The hand on the velociraptor's tail keeping it in balance in the first Jurassic Park movie. In the final scene when the T-Rex snatches the velociraptor up there is a frame as it raises the raptor up where the entire raptor model disappears. There's a scene in the Titanic where Jack and Rose are running from the beep with a gun. Can't remember his name, SKSJSJ, and in one of the shots, where they run through a doorway you can see one of the set lights in the final cut through a glass window. You'll look for it each time. Yup, now can't unsee it lol. Also in Titanic the note Jack gives her changes color, yellow to white I think, between him handing it to her and her opening it. Not exactly seeing, but if you really want to screw with an English major, point out to them that you can sing almost all of Emily Dickinson's poems to the tune of The Yellow Rose of Texas. The damage is permanent.